Every April, millions of people scream with joy when they find out the government is sending them money, and somehow that feels like winning. But here's the twist nobody talks about. That money was yours the whole time. Think of it like letting your friend borrow $20 every week for a year, and then throwing a party when they finally pay you back. You didn't win anything. You just got your own cash returned with zero interest and zero apology. The way it works is pretty simple. Your employer takes a little chunk of your paycheck all year long and sends it straight to the IRS, like clockwork. If they take too much, the government holds on to the extra and mails it back after you file your taxes. That extra money sitting with Uncle Sam all year isn't earning you anything, not a single cent of interest, while the government technically gets a free short-term loan from you. Meanwhile, a savings account would have at least bought you a couple of fancy coffees worth of interest by December. The average tax refund in the United States is around $3,000, which sounds exciting until you do the math and realize that's about $250 a month you could have had in your pocket. $250 a month could cover a car payment, a gym membership, groceries, or honestly just the sheer peace of mind of not living paycheck to paycheck. The magic lever that controls all of this is something called your W-4 form, which is just a piece of paper you fill out when you start a job that tells your employer how much tax to withhold. Most people fill it out once, forget it exists forever, and then act surprised every spring like they discovered buried treasure. If you claim more allowances on that form, less gets withheld, your paychecks get bigger, and your refund gets smaller. And that is actually a good thing when you understand what's happening. You're not losing a refund, you're just collecting your own money on a better schedule, like switching from one big birthday present to monthly allowance. Now we do have to be honest about human psychology here, because some people genuinely use their refund as a forced savings account, since they know they'll spend the money if they see it in their check. That's not irrational, that's knowing yourself, and self-awareness is honestly underrated in the world of personal finance. But if you're someone with discipline, or even just a basic automatic transfer set up on a bank app, keeping that money in your own account all year is almost always the smarter move. You could invest it, pay down debt faster, or build an emergency fund instead of waiting for the government to surprise you with your own dollars. History nerds will love this part. The modern tax withholding system was introduced during World War II as a way to make tax collection faster and more reliable when the government needed funding quickly. So the system wasn't designed with your financial optimization in mind, it was designed for wartime efficiency, and it just kind of never left. When you actually get a refund, the real test is what happens next, because studies show a huge chunk of refund money gets spent within days on things people hadn't planned for at all. There's even a name for this behavior in behavioral economics, and it basically comes down to the fact that a lump sum feels like a windfall even when it isn't. The smartest moves with a refund are things like paying off high-interest debt first, since credit card interest rates can be anywhere from 18 to 29%, and that math is genuinely terrifying. After that, topping up an emergency fund, contributing to a retirement account, or even just parking it somewhere boring but safe, is usually a better call than a spontaneous shopping spree. Filing your taxes accurately and adjusting your withholding once a year, especially after big life changes like getting married, having a kid, or picking up a side hustle, keeps you from overpaying in the first place. The IRS even has a free withholding estimator tool on their website, which is perhaps the least glamorous but most useful thing they've ever produced. The whole system is less about winning and more about timing, and once you understand that, you start making decisions from a place of knowledge instead of a place of free money, a smaller refund or even a small amount owed, as long as you plan for it. As long as you planned for it actually means you nailed your withholding like a financial grown-up. Tax season doesn't have to feel like a slot machine you pull once a year, hoping for the jackpot, because you deserve to understand the rules of the game you're already playing. If you want to go even deeper on this and learn how our team can help you make smarter financial decisions all year long, go check out the links in the description.